So
What does that mean?
we're asking you, our listeners, to go ahead and please nominate us and also vote for us if we do get the nomination.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Listening there. Don't go anywhere. The John LeBang Show is going to be right back. Just ask the hillbilly.
That's right. Right after this.
What about me? Maybe next time.
Fans, do you need a video for your brand new song but don't have a lot of money? Then contact John LeBang. His reasonable rates, professional look, and fast turnarounds will help get that song off the ground. Contact him at jlebang.com.
Hey, man, it's at the bottom of the hour, man. Do you know where your kids are, man?
Live from a bunker in Taylor, Michigan, here's Banger.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we get past our halfway point already in this 250th episode. You know, some people say these hours just fly on by. I get messages like, wow, that's all, we're already done, or we're already halfway through the hour. And that's what I try to do. We used to have a saying here, the fastest 60 minutes on radio, because we try to keep you engaged and keep you moving and going. And we don't want you to get bored with the broadcast, because that doesn't help the show at all. So we've talked about the past a little bit. We had a segment there where we spoke to you, and we enjoyed the moment as we are broadcasting this 250th episode. Now we're going to look towards the future a little bit, because that's where the real challenge is, ladies and gentlemen. We've gotten this far. We've pulled, struggled, gotten this far. But if we want to continue, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to continue to grow, we've got to go even to the next level. So what we're planning on doing in the coming year for 2018, we've decided, with a little bit of help from a friend of ours who is deeply, deeply interested in seeing the John LeBang Show succeed. And of course, they're going to get something out of the deal as well. I have a friend of mine who wants to use our building here, our studio, as a recording studio for his stuff. He needs a place, and he doesn't have the money to buy a whole building, and we've got the room. So we've made a small little deal where we're going to be upgrading the equipment here at the John LeBang Show so we can record him here. But we're also going to have use of the John LeBang Show, or the equipment for the John LeBang Show. And what that means is we've decided that we're going to start our own station in 2018. We don't know exactly when we're going to start it. We've got to get all the equipment, and the equipment's not coming in till the new year. But we're going to start our own radio station, and we're going to call it, or at least this is the tentative name for the station. It's going to be BWWR, 1217 AM, the Banger Worldwide Radio Network. And hopefully that'll give my listeners another place to listen to the John LeBang Show. What are we going to have on the station? Well, we're going to have plenty of John LeBang, of course, on the station. There's going to be 3 hours every day of the John LeBang Show, at least. And we'll be bringing in some of our fellow radio talk show hosts or shows that we enjoy, and we're going to be bringing them into the station as well. We're going to have a couple caveats. We want to invite the people who do not own their own station. And it's no offense to these shows that actually have a station. They own the station and they just have a show on the station. They've got their big broadcasting area. But some of these other places, they may be syndicated like we are, but they don't have a home, and I want to give them a home. A couple of things wrapped around the show that we're looking forward to is we're going to be bringing you new segments. We're going to be also having some round table discussions, or at least that's what we're planning on doing. We're going to open up the phone lines more often to you. Looks like we're going to have means and ways of having more broadcasts made easier, and more broadcasts where you, the listener, can call in and participate in the broadcast. So that's some big stuff coming down the pike as well. We're hoping, we didn't get around to it this year, and that's because we've tackled everything, and it wasn't really something on the agenda, but we've decided we're going to probably take the John LeBang Show on the road for a little bit in 2018. How we're going to do it and where we're going to do it, that's not yet figured out. That's something that we're going to be planning. It's probably going to be happening during the summer, and we're going to try to get that going. So there's a lot of big things happening in 2018. And that's because we're to the point where we need to expand beyond our current situation. And we need help here, ladies and gentlemen. And if anybody wants to be a part of the growing John LeBang Show, I dare say, one of the hottest shows on internet radio, if not around the world. Sure, we don't get the numbers that some of the people on terrestrial stations do, or maybe some of the largest internet stations, but we're everywhere. We're on more stations and more channels all the time. We just picked up another one, and we're broadcasting right now. This is their first episode. They're listening to us. So Radio Beacon Online, thank you very much for letting us be a part of your station. And that's what's been happening all year, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I expect to happen. In fact, we have opportunities to go and be more terrestrial based coming up in 2018. And we're deciding how we're going to work all that out, because we're going to need a substitute talk host in case the Banger can't make some of these terrestrial shows, because it's going to be on a regular basis. And we're hoping to do that with a local station here in the Metro Detroit area. But if there's a station that wants to take on the John LeBang Show and make us like their main guy on their terrestrial station, then we're going to go wherever. And we don't mind picking up and doing what's best for the show. Because like we've looked back, there are plenty of stations that have supported the John LeBang Show, but there are a few stations that we're starting to think it's no point of being on that station. They're not helping us. They either barely play the correct episode, because of our syndication, stations pick up our show and they play them at their times, and it's not always at the same time that our origination broadcast happens. So because of that fact, we have postponed plays of our show, postponed airings, if you will. And when they're airing the wrong show for that week, and it's 2 weeks old because they haven't done their job, we've got to consider doing what's best for our show. Because we put a lot of time and effort into promoting all these stations. And we bring on, the stations that take care of us really well, we in turn do the same to them. In fact, a lot of the great stations that are carrying the John LeBang Show are going to get a nice little Christmas present, as we have just bought our first major promotional gear. I don't want to call it gear. We're going with the coffee mug. That's our first big promotional item we have. It's going to have the John LeBang Show on there, Jay LeBang, our logo, and that'll be available coming up during the Christmas season. So if you want to get a present for someone and you want to help out the John LeBang Show at the same time, you can go to our website and pick up one of our brand new John LeBang Show mugs, coffee cups, that'll be available right around the Christmas time, right after Black Friday. We'll also have sales this Christmas season on John LeBang, or Jay LeBang the Writ, my CD from 2004. We're only going to be selling those for $3 a piece, and it's going to be 4 for $10, basically, folks. So you can buy 1 for $3, 4 for $10. Those are stocking stuffers. You want to do that. That'll be coming up here. So write that down on your calendar. Buy John LeBang his Rit CD because I can buy 4 for $10. That's coming up this Christmas. Get that mug too, ladies and gentlemen. We're also thinking of other promotional items, something that represents each hour of the John LeBang Show. We just can't afford to purchase a slew of promotional material, primarily because we spent $10,000 in 40 days between the month or the middle of September and just after the middle of October on a new roof for the building, a new furnace, and we're a little light on the drawers with cashola. You can also, if you want to help the John LeBang Show out, maybe you want to see the John LeBang Show grow, you can go to our website, www.jlebang.com, and hit that donate button and donate something through PayPal. We take $5, $10, $15, $200, $1,000. We'll take $10,000 if you want to help us out. In fact, anybody who gives us $10,000 will be sure to run commercials of your business for a good year. How's that sound? In fact, if you want to advertise on the John LeBang Show, we're really, in 2018, that is going to be a major focus for us on the John LeBang Show. Because we have grown to the point where we can get some decent advertisers. Our numbers are there, folks, and we can prove those numbers to advertisers. And because of that fact, we're going to be really focusing on getting some bigger advertisers. We do love our advertisers that have been with us from as long as we can remember. The CRRM, CarePoint Building Services. They've been with us for over a year now, so we appreciate them. Pane in the Glass Window Cleaning, been a sponsor of the show, but we need to grow. Tude Vox Rowe and her music, she's been a sponsor of the show. Derek Shelmerdine, his book Rock and Roll Unraveled, another supporter and sponsor of the show. So if you want to help the John LeBang Show out, you can help us out directly by donating or buying one of our products, or you can go to our sponsors and start buying their products. And I'm telling you, if you really want to do something cool for Christmas for somebody who loves rock and roll, then you've got to go buy Derek Shelmerdine's book, Rock and Roll Unraveled. It's an incredible book, and any rock and roll enthusiast will love it. So now I'm promoting instead of talking about the future. But this is all the things that are going to help us get to the future, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsors and you who are going to be tuning in. And I can't believe, the comments now are amazing. When we're rocking a show out on one of our stations here and there, you can see the comment section just getting filled up. The chat room is filled up, and we're having, at least on a couple of our stations, we're having loads of people come every week now. And even though we've had some trouble on some of the stations with, being played on time and, or being played at all sometimes, we're considering getting rid of them, and it'd be nothing personal against those stations, but we need to focus our attention and laser focus this, because what has to come next for the John LeBang Show is something huge. We can't slip back in 2018. We made great strides in 2016, even bigger strides this year in 2017. Now, coming up in 2018, we have to make the biggest splash of our career. Anyways, folks, we're right up against another break. We're going to talk about all the people who have supported the John LeBang Show over the 250th episodes and the 249 prior to that when we come back. Stay tuned.
Where do you think you're going?
The John LeBang Show will be right back.
So grab a beer and a smoke and sit your butt back down.
Stay right here.
Powerful, epic music by Tude Vox Rowe. Life-changing lyrics come in every style, empowering humanity to finally unlock the chains of bondage.